So please welcome to the stage, Amy O'Mara.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
Hello, everybody. So I'm loving the mic anyway here. I feel like Beyonce up on the top of the stage. Thanks, Bob, for introducing me like that. It's a little bit surreal standing up here in front of, I think, nearly 700 people, we said, which is mad. And surprisingly, I'm actually not that nervous, even though I was all week. But now that I'm here, I'm really, really excited. So I want to say, first of all, that I'm so honored and I feel very blessed to be up here speaking to all of you because this business has changed my life completely. But I hope that my story and all the people's stories that you hear today actually inspire you to move your business forward, and especially to the people that haven't started their business yet, that you leave here today and you start straight away. So I want to welcome you all today, all our business owners that are already here and all our new guests. You're so very welcome. And thank you, Bob, again for introducing me like that. That was very, very nice. So I'm 26 years old. I'm from Limerick. And my background is in holistic therapies. And I've been involved in health and well-being for just over 4 years. Now, when I was growing up, I was a little bit shy. I definitely would not have ever seen myself standing up here talking in front of 700 people, but that's what happens when you start to develop your business. You also start to develop as well, so it's just amazing. So I suppose when I left school, I never really knew what I wanted to do. I kind of hopped from this course to that course and this job to that job, and I suppose unfortunately for my parents, they lost a few nights' sleep over it anyway because they wrecked my head trying to get me to do a proper degree so I could get a proper job at the end of it. But I have a tendency not to listen to anybody, which isn't very good at sometimes, but thankfully I didn't listen to them and go do a normal job because I think I've turned out pretty okay, which is fantastic. So, thank you. So I heard about Forever in 2012. I met the lovely Lizzie Nolan from Cork, and at the time I was working 3 part-time jobs. I was running around like an idiot. I was completely broke. I had no idea where I was going with my life, and I suppose my boyfriend Aidan is a carpenter, and at the time obviously the recession had just hit, so both of us were kind of extremely lost actually, and didn't really know what we were going to do with our future. So I was working the 3 part-time jobs, and what happened was my friend actually heard about Forever Living, and she said, ring this number, this company are looking for people. And I said, there's no way I'm ringing that number. I says, they're going to want me to knock on this door and knock on that door, and I says, not a feckin' chance. But I rang the number because I was obviously so desperate. I rang the number and I got through to Lizzie. I actually got through to her voicemail. She didn't even answer the phone, but thankfully she had a voicemail. So if you're in the business, you don't have a voicemail, make sure you have a voicemail. So I heard her Cork accent, and I love the Cork accent. And I suppose she seemed really friendly in the voicemail, so I said, okay, well, if she rings me back, great. If she doesn't, obviously it's not meant to be. But she did. She rang me back, and she said, oh, hey, how are you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, right, I'll tell you one thing now. I says, I'm not going selling this, and I'm not knocking on that door, so, I mean, if it's about that, I'm not interested. And she said, no, just meet me for a cup of tea, blah, blah, blah. So met her anyway, and I said, fine, sure, she seems genuine, so I met her. And Lizzie then went on to tell me that she had lost over 4 stone with the Clean 9 and the Nutrilean program. And she told me how the products had obviously improved her health and changed her life. So naturally, as a woman, I wanted to lose a couple of pounds as well. But I didn't have the money. She had explained the business to me, but I had no interest in the business. I really just wanted to do the Clean 9. So I did the Clean 9, and I lost a couple of pounds. And I suppose then all my friends wanted it because they had saw what it had done to my little body. And I suppose I was recommending the products and selling the products without even really trying. So I fell in love with the Clean 9. And the Clean 9 is the reason that I started the business. But initially, it wasn't for me. I didn't want to be the Avon girl. And if I'm perfectly honest, I didn't think it was going to be good enough for me. But I was wrong. So after months and months of Lizzie trying to get me to attend the Success Day, finally I gave in. And I went to the February Success Day, and I dragged my mom along with me because my mom has worked for herself for many years, and I knew if I brought her that she'd give me her honest opinion. So we came, and we both had an open mind, which was fantastic, but we got to hear the lovely Bernie Allen. Where's Bernie? Hey! We got to hear the lovely Bernie Allen speak, and for those of you that don't know Bernie, Bernie has an amazing story. She lost her business, and she obviously ended up having a lot of debt to pay off, and she paid off nearly £80,000 of debt in less than 3 years, I think, which is amazing, and she did that because of Forever. And I suppose the reason that really struck a chord with me that day is because my own family have come from self-employed backgrounds, and my mom especially had just closed her pub. So I had kind of seen what the devastating effects of what the recession could do. And even from all my uncles from being self-employed builders, you know, we all know what happened there. But I had to sit in the background and, I suppose, watch all of this going on, and there was nothing I could do. And that was really, really hard. And when Bernie told her story, I then thought, well, maybe if I could do a little bit of what Bernie does, and I can earn a little bit of an income for myself, and then after that, if I earned a little bit more, then maybe I could help my parents retire that bit earlier and help people around me that need that little bit of, you know, contribution in terms of financial help as well. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but in 2 years, especially in the last couple of months, I've actually been able to do that with my bonus check, which is amazing. So I don't do this business. I have never really wanted to be a millionaire or anything like that, but the checks are very, very nice. So I started it just for that couple of €100 every month, and then when you happen to earn the 1,000, then you want 2, then you want 3, and then you want to go on all the trips and get everything that the company have to offer. So I do it for what the money can actually provide, not for the actual money, if that makes sense. So, Aidan, you might want to close your ears for this one, but I will be starting a family soon, whether you like it or not. So to know that I have been building a business for the last 2 years with the help of obviously a fantastic team, that eventually when I do decide to have kids, or we decide to have kids, I have the choice. Sorry about that, love. I have the choice to be able to stay at home and be with the children and be able to watch them grow up. And if I want to put them to childcare, I can. And that is just amazing. And it's something that I never thought about before I had come to these success days, because an awful lot of women do this business for that reason. So thanks to all the mums that have told their stories, because it's really after opening up my eyes as to what's ahead of me when I start to do that too. So. We went to Singapore, and Singapore was amazing, and I got to bring my sister with me. We then extended our trip, and we went to Australia for 6 weeks, and it was absolutely brilliant. But to give you an idea as how amazing this business actually is, I left and we went to Singapore in April. So my bonus check was just over 5,000. We went in April, my check went up to 6,000, and then we were gone for the whole month of May, and it went up to 7, and I wasn't even here in the country. How amazing is that? It's just, I mean, if you had told me that 2 years ago, I would have just said, you're having a laugh. But that is the power of the business, and it's really only after kind of making me realize that in the last month, because the fact that it jumped like that and I wasn't even here, it just proves that it really, really does work. And if you put hard work into it for the 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, as they say, you know, you can be very, very financially secure. So that's a big bonus check, I think, and I'm absolutely delighted with that. So one thing that I do want to say, which I wanted to say in the last speech that I did for senior manager, was that I wanted to thank all the Forever business owners that are actually in the business already. And by that, I mean the people that are doing the business 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, because I don't think they get enough recognition for all the work and the effort that they've put in over the last 20 years. Because I'm sure it was much harder back then when you started. You didn't have Skype, you didn't have Facebook, you didn't have iPads. So I take my hat off to all of you, because I don't know how you did it. But it does go to show that we shouldn't just rely on social media, and I do think that word of mouth is the best and face-to-face conversation is the best. But thanks to all of you who've been in the business for a long time. If it wasn't for you, none of us young ones would be up here doing it. So thank you so much. So, For the new people that are in the room, because today isn't about me, it's really focused on our new people and the people that are coming across the stage. And there's a few things that I want the new people to really keep in mind, because you're going to be a little bit overwhelmed and you're probably going to think we're all a little crazy, because we do like to clap and let the hair down and stuff, and we go a little bit mad, but that's okay. But things to just keep in mind when you leave here today, okay? Just remember that this company can definitely help you to get a little bit healthier, okay? It'll definitely allow you to be somebody, because so many people just go through life and they're working for somebody else and they can never get to where they want to be, and you're just a number. Whereas with this company, everybody is treated the exact same, and that is just phenomenal. And I think it's one of the most amazing things that this company actually have to offer, is to keep everybody the same and equal. You will learn to believe that you have a purpose in life, and that purpose might be to either just help people look good and feel good with the products, or obviously in the long run to then help them, give them the opportunity to actually start the business, and God knows their life can change with that. You'll be able to travel the world in style, and this was the first year that I've traveled with the company, and to say they do it in style is an understatement. You'll gain confidence, and you'll be able to stand up here like this and speak in front of a couple of hundred people. You'll be able to earn an income that you dream of and create a life that you possibly don't even think you would ever have. And most of all, you'll be able to give back. You'll be able to contribute, and you'll be able to positively impact the lives of those around you. So that's my story, and that's my little speech. So I hope I do a really good job as your MC today. We have a bit of crack, we let our hair down, and we enjoy it. So thanks a million. So that's my little bit done. So what, today, what is today actually about? Because our guests probably think that, this is just mad. There's going to be people on stage, they're getting recognition and all sorts of stuff, but it's actually much more than that. So we have this event 9 months of the year, and it's the one time when all the Forever Business owners in Ireland get together and we act like a one team. So there's many different teams here in the room, but the good thing about getting here for Success Day, we all act like one, and we all support each other, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a chance to learn and to hear about some of the products. You're going to hear from Dawn Parker, she's an amazing woman. She has taught us all so much about the products and how we can use them and recommend them correctly. You'll be inspired, because you're going to hear some amazing stories from people that cross the stage, and those stories are going to obviously stick with you, hopefully for a long time when you leave here. It's a chance to learn about the company, obviously, and to learn about all the Irish people that are being affected with it, and a little bit of fun and a little bit of crack.